Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo Pinado Jr. I'm a NAHREP Top 10 Certified Trainer. And you may ask, what is NAHREP? What is a Top 10 Certified Trainer? Well, I'm going to tell you what that's about. Alright, so NAHREP is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. They're an organization that is looking out for everyone, not just Hispanics. Obviously the Hispanic is the title, but understand that this is a diverse, multicultural organization that's looking to help everybody out. NAHREP has put together the top 10 principles to help you have wealth and prosperity. I want to thank the NAHREP organization for allowing me to come in and be part of this tremendous organization that has been around helping create wealth and opportunity and education for so many. One of the things I want to share, I'll be putting this template here up on the actual video as well, and it goes into the NAHREP 10, which is part of the Hispanic Wealth Project. And then to share, just on the bottom of this, tell you the key details in regards to what they're looking out for. It says, share these disciplines with your family, friends, colleagues, and clients, because that's how we change the world. So as an individual, you can do a tremendous amount. Obviously, I'm an individual, I'm one certified trainer, but what NAHREP did is they didn't say, look, we're not just going to have one certified trainer, we're not going to have two, we're going to have hundreds. So they have hundreds with the goal of reaching out to many. This year, obviously with COVID, it's made it difficult. We should be doing in-person presentations, but due to the fact that we can't have large gatherings and things to that, there's alternative methods of actually making this happen. And today's the day that I actually I've done actually one live event, but today's the day that I actually step forward and I'm going to fulfill my commitment that I made to NAHREP. NAHREP made a commitment to me, took their time to educate me and train me and take me to the next level in regards to just educating me across the board. And I want to do my part in showing them my appreciation, and I want to thank them for this tremendous opportunity. There's 10 principles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about all 10. But don't worry, not everything today. I'm going to go 2 at a time. So actually, one of the things that we would do if we were to do our presentation in front of you is we would go into speaking about the 2 top principles that we want to focus on or that we hold the most dear to try to get the group that's there listening to try to take in, understand what we're about, and just different ways to look at things. So there's 10 principles. I'm going to make 5 different videos going over 2 at a time is what I'm going to do. And so today I'm going to start with obviously number 1 and number 2. But like I said, once again, I want to say, if you haven't heard of NAHREP, the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, please look it up. It's at nahrep.org, NAHREP.org. So go to NAHREP, go there, and see you can see the principles there, learn more about the site. Feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm going to also put up my email, my phone number, and everything as well there on the actual video as well. But going into, I just want to say thank you. There's not many organizations out there that are going to take the time to just focus on not just people's wealth, but their well-being. They're concerned with basically what you're doing in life. And I think that's a tremendous amount of value in the organization, where it's not just about wealth building, but there's other characters that are behind it. But the one aspect that I support is, I believe, having an understanding of wealth and health all together. It really comes together. That's where you create happiness. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money who aren't happy. A lot of people who have a lot of health, but then if they can't financially support themselves, it's a struggle. So there's obviously the equilibrium we must all come together at. And so I hope these 10 principles will help you along your guideline. Also, I want to share, I hope to get some positive feedback, but even if you feel that I'm doing something not that great in my presentation or that I can do better, please share that. The thing is if you're afraid or you don't welcome criticism, you're never going to grow. Some things we got to take into consideration is we have to hold ourselves accountable. The one thing I can say is we're in September now. I should have been doing this back in January is what I should have done. So I failed on that part. I'm going to take accountability on that part for myself. So part of our growth is taking accountability. So I ask you to look at that, reflect whatever you're at right now, whatever you're doing right now. Look at whatever goals you may have in life and understand there's one thing that you can do. You can achieve them. The main thing is you have to dedicate yourself to achieving those goals. So once you understand that, anything is possible. It truly is. But the thing is are you willing to put the sacrifice and the work to do that? That's the part of what you have to do. There's obviously different motivational factors that we all have to try to achieve those things. For myself, you can see I have beautiful Picasso drawings behind me. That's my 3 children. So they motivate me. My incredible wife, my beautiful family, they inspire me to try to be great. and that's why I have a relentless pursuit of trying to do more and more. Not I guess selfishly, because I want to see them happy, and it doesn't mean they need more stuff, but it's just the more opportunity and the more I can offer to them and then people around me, I think it creates an incredible amount of wealth of just happiness and joy, which is truly what brings me happiness. So you have to identify, that we're not perfect. There's going to be areas we're going to be short. So like I said, if you have an area, look, Ricardo, you could have done this better. Stop moving your hand so much. Things like that. Let me know. Give me some feedback. If there's areas that I maybe stepped in regards to my assumptions. When I'm speaking, this is from my personal experience. I have a strong foundation with the Lord. That's my personal thing, my foundation that I have with Jesus Christ. Like I said, everybody has different foundations that they have to hold on to that support them. And I welcome you to hold on to those and use those to dedicate yourself and pursue whatever it is you need to pursue to get to achieve your goals. But anything is possible. That's the main thing I want to get across. And it's possible, and it's made possible thanks to your own dedication, your own movement, your faith, and also with the people around you that you surround yourself with. I surround myself with people from NAHREP, and it's been a tremendous opportunity that I'm extremely grateful, and I'm blessed to be part of that organization and to have been certified as a top 10 trainer. It's a tremendous honor. So that's something that there's a lot of members, I think over 10,000, 20,000 members in the organization, and not everybody's a certified trainer. So you have to go through training, you have to go through education, and they're going to go through interviews. And so it is a prestigious honor to have that. And so I appreciate that. And like I said, this is my time to give appreciation for that. So okay, I've gone long enough in regards to that. So now I'm going to go on the two principles that I want to speak of today. And so the two principles that I want to speak of today are going to be the number 1 and 2. So number 1 is have a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity. Okay? So have a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity. So you want to understand what that truly is. Oftentimes, the side note or the caveat on this one, it says, because the one with the most toys usually loses. So what does that tell you? Oftentimes we think the one with the most wealth is the one with the nicest car, with the nicest suit, or with the name brand clothing, or the big Coach purse or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with buying those things, but the main purpose from my perspective, the way we look at it, and the way I think NAHREP is trying to educate people on, is understand that you don't have to have every single toy. You don't have to have a boat. You don't have to have a jet ski. You don't have to have a van and a truck. You don't have to have a Tesla. Nothing wrong with having those items. Like I said, don't get me wrong. It's nice. The thing is, you work hard, you deserve to have nice things. But what we're trying to say is, have an understanding of what wealth and prosperity is. You may see the guy driving a Camry, and you may see the guy driving the Tesla, and think, whoa, the guy with Tesla, he's probably has a lot more wealth. But the guy with the Camry may have 3 houses. It's just the thing is, he chooses on what he's going to spend his money on. So have an understanding that understand what the true wealth is. And like I said, I'm not knocking on anybody for buying nice stuff. You should 100% splurge on yourself. You deserve it. You work hard, you dedicate yourself. Why not? But at the same time, understand that there's certain actions that you can take which will set you up for other opportunities down the road. So if you sacrifice buying that new car today and say, okay, maybe this car will hold out for another 2 years, and you save up that money instead of making those monthly payments for 2 years, and let's say you save up, for 2 years at $400 payment. The first year, let's say it's $4 a month, and you save up in a year, that's going to be $4,800. Okay, now you go a second year. Now you got basically $9,600. So depending on where you're living, that's going to be a down payment, on an actual house. If anything, you can also, maybe if you have, a good friend or a relative that you're confident you can build a relationship with and actually do investments with, just goes, look, we're going to pony our money together and actually make this happen. Actually going to go buy a house, or invest in the stock market, or invest in whatever area you feel comfortable in, or even start a business. The one thing that we should often look into is seeing how can we start a business, what can we do to leverage our resources to better ourselves. So that's where it comes back, and having a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity, and that making sure you don't lose focus on what can truly have you attain prosperity and freedom. I think that's what we want to do. We all want to have freedom to wake. We always tell ourselves, I do myself, what can I do to wake up tomorrow and not have to go to work anymore? And the thing is sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. So that's basically the number one. And number two, and this is one about hard work and dedication. It's be in the top 10% of your profession. All right. So the caveat behind that one is because being good is not good enough. So when you think about that, okay, if you're the top 10 in your profession, that means you're getting calls. People are coming to you. People are reaching out to you. As much as you're doing the calling and you're cold calling and you're reaching out to your clients, you're trying to get more clientele, when you're the top 10 in your profession, you're going to have to turn away business because it's not going to be beneficial for you to deal with certain clients because they will not be able to understand how the business works. There's certain times that you're going to have to set up processes that are in place to actually make your business more efficient, and certain clients will not understand that. And so when you get to the 10%, you want to support everybody. But at the same time is you have to look at yourself at an elite level. So what you want to do is you want to dedicate your time, dedicate your passion, and make sure that whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be the favorite thing you're doing in the world. Doesn't it, like you may have a business or you may start something that's saying, you know what, I enjoy it, but I enjoy other things as well. But I'm going to do this because this is something that's going to be beneficial for my family, for my life, but I also do enjoy doing it, and then take it from there. But the main thing is, if you're in the top 10 of your profession, you're going to have people calling you, reaching out to give you business, and it's going to be a tremendous opportunity for you and your family. You won't even know what to do. It's going to be so overwhelming. But the thing is how do you do that? So the thing is I mean, my thing, what I do is I'll watch YouTube videos on motivation, on sales, on different areas that you want to look into, that you want to be great at. You have to understand that I believe that I listen often to a lot of motivational videos, and one of the motivationals that I watched, they said, if you just spent 1 hour a day of reading on a certain material, a certain subject, for let's say I think it's like 3 or 5 years, you would become an expert in that profession. Because oftentimes a lot of people don't dedicate the time to actually become an expert in that profession. And when you become an expert, naturally behind that, when you have the educational background behind it, or the relentlessness, or the understanding of what it takes to be successful, you'll achieve that 10% status, and from there you'll get there. Oftentimes, I mean, look at athletes. You see athletes and you're like, oftentimes if you think about it, they say, that guy had a lot of potential. And the thing is what's the difference between a lot of the athletes that are professional? You say, oh, well, you know what, that one's just more gifted. But the thing is, it's not that they're more, it's that maybe they're naturally more gifted, but oftentimes it is also the worth ethic of they dedicated themselves. When you look at Michael Jordan, he dedicated himself to an extreme where he was going to make it, so he was going to be outworked by anybody. So he dedicated himself. So you have to look at those factors in regards to, you may have the tools already, but if you don't hone your craft, you won't be able to be in the top 10. So that's my presentation for today. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to say that the 2 top principles we spoke of today, just in summary, are have a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity, because the one with the most toys usually loses. So keep that in mind. You don't want to have all the toys. You want to have assets which are generating profits for you or opportunities for you, where from there you can help others and help yourself. Number 2 is be in the top 10 of your profession, because being good enough is not good enough. Being good is not good enough. So keep in mind, even the best athletes in the world, even the best salespeople in the world, they get rejected. They have to go back to the drawing board. Continue to reinvent yourself, and just strive and be relentless, and take time to create relationships with others and get feedback. That's the thing that we often do. We often, like I said, take criticism. Take it as an opportunity to grow. So I want to thank you for your time today. Once again, we discussed the top 2, the first and second principles from the top 10 NAHREP principles. And so I want to thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best today and always. God bless. Thank you. GIG.